you are going for a visa interview, right? And you have to prepare, and definitely you have to prepare for questions like why this school and all that. I'm trying to turn here. The viewer is going to be asking you why you choose the school, obviously, and he's going to be asking you some questions about your sponsor, particularly if you haven't secured full funding. So how are you going to answer the question why this school, right? Why this school? Because there are so many other schools. You even had the opportunity to school in your own country, but then you said no, you want to come to America. And obviously we know, yeah, it's not just for school, but you also want like a better life. So you are being asked why this school. Let me just think here. And you want to be able to give a very convincing answer. Okay, I came to shop at Walmart. I'm trying to get some food stuff, and always I want to make sure that I'm not shopping above even $50, because I'm trying to always cut down costs. Like I said, you have to be thinking of ways to invest your money. Anyway, so you are preparing for a visa interview, and the viewer is going to ask you, why did you choose the school? Why didn't you stay back in Kenya, Rwanda, Nigeria, Ghana, India, and you want to come in school, not just in the US, but this particular school? So one of the ways you want to approach this question is to look at, number one, research opportunities in no particular order, right? In no particular order. I'm talking about reasons why you want to choose this school, and in no particular order. You want to look at research opportunities. So you'd say that, you know, the school offers me some kind of research opportunity. Oh, all right, thank you. All right, thank you. Okay, this school is going to give you the opportunity to do research in so and so field, and also you would probably want to talk about the fact that it offers so this school offers wonderful research opportunities in a particular field, right? In your particular STEM field. And then you could go on to talk about how the university tops in certain research works. Okay, because you are not leaving your country to the US to just any kind of school. Okay, because you know sometimes people want to enter the US through any kind of school. It doesn't work that way, okay? Because you would have to convince the last man standing, the VO, and all the convincing you are trying to do is that I chose this good school because of the research opportunities that it's going to give me in so and so field. And then you want to say, I have seen works that they have done in this and this and that and that, and it aligns with my career goals. Okay, then it begins to make sense to the view that, oh, okay, let me not block this guy or this lady's career goals from becoming a reality. Let me give them an opportunity, because what they are saying really makes sense, and I see a future in what they are going to do. So you don't want to just say that the school, it has low cost. Now, if the school has low cost, think about it, because the cost of attendance is probably like 25,000. If you bring that into Ghanaian cedi, that is probably like above 2.5 old billion cedis, right? And you are saying that you are leaving your country, right, where the cost of attendance was even cheaper, to come to this university in America and pay more. Then what do you mean by low cost of attendance? Then it would have been better for you to stay in your home country and do it. That is why personally I feel like cost of attendance is not a good enough reason to give the view why you intend on choosing a school. Okay, I don't think it's strong enough, because that 20K to them is not low cost. How many people earn 20K a month? Or 20K in even 6 months? How many people? There are not so many people. Okay, it is not the money in the pocket of a poor American. That is either average or above average. So cost of attendance, personally, I think you shouldn't even include as a reason why you want to choose a school. So look at the research facilities and opportunities they have. You could talk about the fact that, okay, this school has so and so facility. You know, when I was applying to Stephen F. Austin State University, one of the things that I was looking at was that they had a STEM facility, which was very, very helpful. Students were able to engage in advanced research work using that STEM facility. So that could be a convincing point for the view why you are going for this school. Now, you may not even know so much about the school, but you could also do research online to check what are the things that this school has that not so many schools have. Take North Dakota State, for instance, North Dakota State University, for instance. They have a commodity trading center, right? And what they have there, the kind of tools that they have bought, it costs them about $150,000 a month to keep that commodity trading center active and running. Not so many schools have that. So that could be a very good selling point on why you want to choose the school or you want to come to the school. Do you see that? That is a very good selling point. So look through your school, intentionally do research. Like this thing, I keep saying this thing, that it is not easy to find a very good scholarship opportunity. It's there on the internet, but it's not so easy to find. So don't think that, oh, I'm just waiting for someone to spoon feed me with opportunities. You have to look for it. I cannot count the number of countless the number of sleepless nights that I had, all because I was looking for scholarship opportunities. And what is the probability that the only one you found is going to give you admission? Means that you have to look more and more, get more options. Get more options. You see, so I wasn't sleeping. Sometimes 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I'll call my friend in Germany. At that time, he was already in Germany. And I'll call him, I'll be like, Charlie, I still research school. I'm still looking for a school. Because I need to find one that's going to give me a good enough scholarship package. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy at all. You see, so research about the school. Find out what they have that is worth coming to. Some of them, they have very special facilities that not so many schools have. It doesn't matter. The school doesn't need to be Harvard. It just needs to be a good school that has something that is not so common. You could also talk about the fact that you are interested in working with a professor who has knowledge in so and so, and he's one of the best in the field based on this award that he had. Look for awards that professors have. Even if it's within just the faculty, look for awards that they have. Research their background. Most of them have awards. You see, so that you are not just saying that, okay, I want to understudy this professor because blah 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 blah, and you don't know, you just want to understudy him because he's a professor. No, because he must have had something that is worth. It is so worthy that you want to work with him. So look at the award that the professor also has. And you can also link it whenever you're talking about working with a professor. Look at his credentials. Because I see a lot of people talk about, oh, I want to work with this professor. But what are the things that he has accomplished? Do you get it? That makes it reasonable for you to say that, hey, I want to work with this professor. So look at the accomplishment as well. And let that be a selling point on why you want to choose the school. Okay, so these are some of the reasons that could be selling points for you when you start to talk about why you want to choose a school, and you are telling the visa officer why you want to come to this school. You could also look at the impact of past students and align that with your career goals. Okay, I've seen that it's been a trend. Students that go to this school always come out with flying colors in this area. They tend to make impact in this area, and so you have seen that trend and you want to capitalize on that and be able to tap into that wisdom and knowledge and then use it to help your country folks. So you are also, relying on other students' excellence, past excellence, and using that as a selling point. Do you see how the whole thing works? Right, now let me talk about sponsorship, because I see people answering questions in a way that sometimes is not so satisfying. For instance, someone says that I have a sponsor, especially for those who don't have full funding, or for those who have some amount of funding, but their deficits still need to be covered. And because of that, maybe they have a bank statement from an uncle or a father or someone. Now, you could be asked, okay, so who is sponsoring the deficit, or who is sponsoring your education? I know you had funding from the school, but the first person to mention is not the school. Even though you had funding from the school, they are trying to say that who is paying for the deficit, because they've seen it on your I-20 that someone else is sponsoring you besides the scholarship you are getting from the school. So the first thing to mention is not really the school, but is that person catering for the deficit. So you say that, okay, let me tell you how people answer that question most of the time. They are going to say that it is my uncle who is a businessman who will be sponsoring. That alone is a no-no. The visa officer knows that you didn't even do your research on how to answer such a question. So what you want to say is that my uncle, in the person of, I realize that most people don't even, some people, not most, but some people don't even mention the name of their sponsor. So you'd have to say my uncle in the person of Mr. Osei Mensah, who is a businessman. Now, if you say a businessman, what kind of business? That's too vague. And I know a lot of people in Ghana like to answer questions that way and state occupations of their relatives as just businessmen. But what is he doing as a businessman or a businesswoman? So he's a businessman who is into running several pharmacies across the country. He's a businessman and a pharmacist, or he's a businessman who is into the buying and selling of cars. Okay, or he is a real estate agent or something. You need to state the occupation, not just a businessman. And then you'd say that he makes maybe you could state in cedis or dollars. You could say that he makes about 300,000 Ghana cedis a year, or you could say he makes $70,000 a year. Then the view will be like, oh, okay, if he makes 70K a year, and if he's sponsoring a deficit of just say about 5K or 10K, it means that this person can cater for your expenses. It's not going to be a strain on their finances, and they'll be able to also take care of their own family members. Do you see the whole thing? So you are not just saying that the person makes, the person is this kind of person in the work world, but they're also stating his financial capability, and that is able to tell that he can afford your tuition. Okay, so don't forget to mention how much they are making a year, not a month. Okay, a year, and then whether it's in cedis, naira, dollars, mention the yearly salary, and then you talk about what they do in detail. Don't just say businessman. Right, so these two things are very key when you're applying for a school in the United States of America. Now, why you chose the school, what is influencing your decision, and who is sponsoring your deficit. These two things are very key in passing your F1 visa interview. Okay, so basically that's about it. I just want to cover these two sensitive topics. I realized that I haven't put up a video for quite a while now, and I just thought, like, let me just use this opportunity to talk to you guys about two very key things that you need to know when going for a visa interview. Now, I'm driving between the airport and a Bearland on my right. This is where the planes come to land. So the Fargo Hector International Airport is just on my left. Right. Now I'm coming home without even checking the map because I'm getting used to the city. That's interesting. Yeah, so you know, for those who have been following on my Telegram, you realize that I'm in my finals week and I've not even had time to talk to you on Telegram. Not even to talk about recording a video. That's why I just decided to use this opportunity to talk to you guys. Okay, so I know some of you will be coming in fall. You've gotten your visas. I'm very happy. I'm so excited. But I'm only sad that most of you are not coming to North Dakota. If not, we would have met one-on-one. You know, I'll just take you out to chill you small. But you're not coming here, so I mean, anyway. But I wish more of you apply here so that we can have fun, we can share knowledge, we can chill and all that. I'm almost at my apartment, so I'll talk to you guys later. I'll catch you guys later. Laters.